Have you ever watched a video of tens of hundreds of thousands of starlings flying around in nature, dancing, swooping left and right, up and down? Yeah, I have too. I think it's fascinating and it's beautiful. But the last time I watched one of those, I did make an observation. And if you look off to the side of whoever may be filming that particular dance, you'll see some stray birds flying around. Now, I'm not a bird guy, but I look at those little birds flying around out there as the ones that have kind of taken off away from the main pack. They're kind of doing their own thing, and they're by the group mentality. They're kind of taking a risk. And what does this have anything to do with eating carnivore? Well, what it means is that when the majority of the population, in my most humble opinion, is eating what has been called the standard American diet, and you decide, or I decide, as an example, that I want to go off on my own path. I want to choose my own way of eating. I'm not going to participate in the mass food craze or whatever the masses are currently eating. I'm going to be the starling off to the side, going down its own path. Everybody else is doing their thing, and honestly, if that's what you want to do, that's fine with me. I'm going to be the one in my brain. It's not out of non-compliance. It's nothing like that. Is that you're almost looked at strangely when you decide to go down a different path than what everybody else is. It's an interesting thing. I'm a little over 3 years of eating carnivore, and in the beginning I kind of kept it all to myself because, for one thing, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Arguably, I still don't. But I kind of kept it to myself because I didn't want to try to have a conversation with somebody as they were questioning me, like, as in, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself? Everybody else is on, this is what everybody eats, and you're choosing not to. It's like, well, you're correct. I am choosing not to. But I didn't divulge that to hardly anybody in the beginning. And of course, naturally, after a while, I start a carnivore YouTube channel, for heaven's sakes. So I guess the secret, the cat's out of the bag, so to speak. But you still get the true believers, the true members of the flock, the starlings that are hardcore crowd intensive. In other words, they don't stray off the path at all. And I don't personally have a problem with that, except for me. I have a problem with that for me. And out of principle, for my character, I don't roll that way. Now, did I for many years? Yeah, the majority of my life. Probably out of complete ignorance, to be honest with you. But as time went on, and of course, like I said, I'm 3 years and a few months into this journey. And by the way, I don't associate carnivore as a diet, because I view diet as basically a limiting factor and or a destination, like a goal, that you reach a goal. Like, oh, finally I reached my goal. Now I can stop. No. Carnivore to me is a lifestyle. Keeps going forever. Don't have any anticipation, and I don't see any future of mine deviating off the path of carnivore. It's treated me so well. Now, your mileage may vary. You do what you have to do. I am doing what I have to do. It just so happens that I'm one of those crazy starlings that's flying around, at times maybe aimlessly looking for new adventures outside of the path that all the other ones are in. Granted, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. And so I go out on my own adventure. And I'm telling you, if it didn't work, maybe I would flow right back into where I came from, which is probably what would have happened. But the more you get on the journey, and this can go for anything in life. I mean, virtually anything. You can go out on your own on a lot of different things. Just even having a thought experiment on trying to think about doing something different is actually being a rebel and going out on your own. But there are no personal new discoveries in my life. I'll use me as an example. I can't speak for everybody else. To where if there's not any exploration in doing something different out of the ordinary, then there's no new discoveries. There's no, and if there's nothing to be discovered, fine. I tried. Move on to something else. I'm always venturing out into new ideas, new thoughts, new paths. Some of them stick real hard. Carnivore is one of those things that has stuck really hard with me, really hard. And there's plenty of people in my life that still think I'm crazy. By God, I guess I'm living up to my reputation. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I probably am crazy. But anyways, that's a different topic. But I am staying true to my personal nature. And if I wasn't staying true to my personal nature, then I would hope that the people that really know me would actually think, yeah, he actually is crazy. Because he's not behaving like he normally is. And one of my behaviors is going out on my own just about on every venture, figuratively speaking and possibly literally speaking at times too. So I guess what I'm trying to get at is taking the leap of faith to change what you eat can bring a stigma from can be a stereotypical thing from other people's perspective. Like, my God, what are you doing? You trying to kill yourself? You're trying to, it's going to cause all of these issues. And yet, I have learned more about myself in the last 3 years than I have in the last 55 years. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. Now, if I had learned that I'd chosen the wrong path, by God, I'd get right back on to where I was, or I would try something different. It just so happens, I guess you might say, I got lucky. Moral of the story is, don't be afraid to take a little risk in your life. That's how things are discovered. That's how you learn about yourself. And if you're worried about what other people think, I sure as hell was in the beginning. I didn't tell anybody. If they don't know, they don't know. Now, honestly, as of today, I don't give a damn what people think. There's an old saying that I think it was Anthony Hopkins, but I can't be sure of this. We'll just call it Anthony Hopkins. He said, listen, your opinion of me is really none of my business. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So, be the starling. Fly away from the flock. Do your own thing. Just be mindful of what you're doing it, why you're doing it. If it's carnivore diet, understand what you're doing is helpful. Understand why you're doing it is even more helpful. And enjoy the journey. Every time that there's a milestone, a marker in the trail, take note of it. Like, I just lost 10 pounds this week. That's a marker. That's a milestone. Now, if that was your goal, to lose 10 pounds in 1 week, congratulations. Now what are you going to do? Go back to the way you were? So a milestone just means I'm taking my pack off for a minute. I'm going to relax. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to continue forward. And I'm going to get it to the next milestone. If you're trying to lose 100 pounds, maybe every 10 pounds is a milestone for you. Maybe every 20 pounds, 25, whatever it is, whatever. It's just a metric of measuring your progress. Now, I would say, if it were me, I would rephrase it to go, okay, my goal is not to lose 100 pounds. My outlook for the lifestyle is that once I reach 100 pounds, that's going to be a major milestone. I will congratulate myself. I'll tell my family and friends that they don't already know that you've lost 100 pounds. I would celebrate, and then I would incorporate what has worked so well to get me to that stage, to incorporate it for the rest of my life and make it a lifestyle. That's what I would do. That's what I've done. So listen, guys, if you like the content, Please like and subscribe. I've got a live I do every Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time. I've got a website, shopcaptaincarnivore.com. Drop by there. I'm always working on it, building it, but I do have some of my burger presses listed for sale. Drop on by. Guys, listen, the world is a crazy, nutty place. There's no arguing that. Always has been, to be honest with you. Please focus your time on something that you can control and something that you can influence, and spend much less of your time elsewhere. You will be rewarded in spades. Spend time with your family. Take care of your family, your neighbors, your loved ones. Watch over them. They'll watch over you. Guys, this is Luke, Captain Carnivore. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you on the next one.